And let me just add, Dave, I think that's so important that the business and IT come together as a partnership where certainly the business driving the requirements, what it is we want at the end of the day, IT supporting as, here's the technology enablers that we need to leverage, and then, governance and those kind of things over that. But that's really the key is this is a corporate initiative where we need to get at the same table and roll up our sleeves and work on solutions together and get out of the silo.
Yep, that makes perfect sense from a business and IT perspective. There's a follow-on question from someone else about the implications of data silos. So now we're talking more about the technology itself and how that unfortunately slows down BI, data management, et cetera. I'll start by suggesting that I think there's two very important classes here. One are data analytics that the smart grid is going to generate, and we separate those analytics from business intelligence because analytics need to be typically consumed very near real time. They're also based on real-time events, and you have to be able to manage those analytics and visualize those analytics in a way that makes sense. They do provide information to a business intelligence environment, and when we've architected these systems, you may have heard of the Intelligent Network Data Enterprise approach. That's how you get away from, there are obviously going to be silos of data, but that's how you orchestrate it across your enterprise, similar to the diagram that Brad brought up. Chris or Brad, do you have any comments on data silos and how you work with the information holistically? Okay.
I think, this gets into understanding the value of the information across the enterprise is, you get a metering group, for example, that says, this is our responsibility, but then you'll get, an engineering group that says, hey, if we can get this information, we could do more advanced analytics on asset loading characteristics, those kind of things. And so I think that's where the value comes from, is understanding the combined value of information and getting the folks who are responsible for the core source data to see that value and commit to that information management, data management process in order to support the bigger picture. And that's where the data warehouses come in, the BI reporting, those kind of things, looking at it holistically.
Well, Dave, I think someone has hit on one of the biggest challenges. It's not so much the technology that's hard, but getting that integration, and not just integration from a technology perspective, but from a functional unit perspective, when they're running their business and they're running it well, to help everybody understand that the information now is needed in a different location, and then working together to make that happen. That is the harder part of this, the human side.
Well, and maybe we'll end on a question that involves the human side. It's do you think that utility companies need to rethink their current business process workflow? And I'll start. In our high-performance utility model, which models all of the utilities processes, 70% of the processes are affected by smart grid, from a medium to high threshold. So I think that there's absolutely a big opportunity for business process change, and really going from a vertical utility, and Chris, I've heard talk with a number of utilities that are moving from a vertical utility to a horizontal utility because they have to take a holistic approach. So, Chris, have you got any comments on the business process side?
Just in general, I mean, I'm a firm believer that after a process has been in place for some length of time, and 5, 10 years, you always take a look at it, even if you just say that it's still the best. Now, utilities run very well, and what they do works, but I think thinking ahead of how things could change for the benefit of the company it's a great time to do that.
Great. Brad, Chris, thank you so much for being on our panel today. And thank you so much for attending, everyone. It was great attendance. And just to reiterate, you will be getting an email from Energy Central that will have a link to the presentation.
Great. Thanks a lot, Dave. And thank you to our speakers for all the excellent discussion. What a great event. Get to that thank you slide there. We hope everybody has enjoyed today's discussion. As you log off, please take a moment to complete our survey and give us your feedback so that we can continue to provide you with quality content. Thanks again for attending.